As we inch closer to the end of the sports series with part 11, I want to check out that one sports franchise that doesn't get enough credit in the public eye.
The Mario Sports Games. Anyone asks you what games you play, if you tell them Mario Sports Mix, you'll probably get some weird looks. Probably deservingly so, but damn it shouldn't be like that. Mario Sports Games are some of the greatest sports games out there. See, where all these sports franchises aren't really welcoming to non-fans and make it hard for people who don't care about the sport to have fun with it, Mario looks at a sport like tennis and golf and makes them a blast to play. It takes a sport and adds that Mario charm that creates such a wacky arcaded twist, making the games more than just a ball going back and forth. Instead, Mario hits a ball with his bat, lighting it on fire and giving poor Toadsworth third-degree burns. Boo just turned into 50 of himself to hit a tennis ball out of his reach.
Bullshit!
But it's okay, it's Mario and all his cartoony nonsense. They can create fun sports games for everyone, even if the sport in question doesn't really appeal to them. Like if I had to choose between playing Mario Superstar Baseball or MLB The Show, I know which one I'd rather play. If I had to choose between playing FIFA or Mario Strikers, I know which one I'd rather play. And if I had to choose between playing NBA 2K20 or Mario Hoops 3-on-3, I definitely know which one I'd rather play. With main consoles, the Mario sports franchises start on the Nintendo 64 with Mario Tennis and Mario Golf, but it's the GameCube that had what I consider the golden era of Mario sports titles. Mario Power Tennis, Toadstool Tour, Superstar Baseball, and Super Mario Strikers. These games were fantastic, all added that Mario charm to sports that are otherwise dull to watch and play. Saying you like playing a golf game normally would get you, but Mario Golf on the other hand is much more acceptable. When we moved over to the Wii, only Baseball and Strikers got sequels, and Power Tennis got ported to the Wii to add motion controls. To be fair, we did get Mario Sports Mix, but other than that, we didn't get a Mario game dedicated to an individual sport. The Wii U, to my knowledge, only had Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, and that game was considered a Nintendo low point. Kinda like the Wii U itself. Anyway, considering that the Switch is now part of the Nintendo orgy, it's time for it to get infected with Mario Sports.
Mario Tennis Aces came out in 2017 and is the first Mario sports game to grace the Nintendo Switch. Which makes sense, Mario Tennis has been the most consistent of the sports franchise, getting some sort of release on every single console since the Nintendo 64. Anywho, let's see what kind of racket this thing causes on the Switch. Yeah.
Alright, Mario Tennis Aces. Let's look at the checklist. This is tennis and that is Mario. Good start. As previously said, what makes a good Mario sports game is what silliness is added to the sport. In terms of gameplay, yes, you have to hit the ball back and forth, but how do we spice things up? Well, our characters have this energy meter here that fills up as we play the game, and we have a nice handful of moves that require certain amounts of energy to pull off. Say your opponent sends the ball to the other side of where you are, you can use your energy to slow down time and make your way over to send the ball back. Now another thing you can do, which is something I'm a little less happy about, is the zone shot. If you press the R button while standing on a rotating star spot, your character will jump into the air and let you aim where you want to launch the ball with a powerful hit. Now defending against these things is where my sour spot towards this game comes from. You have to perfectly time hitting the ball back or your racket takes damage. Ah yes, rackets break in this game. If your racket takes too much damage, it'll eventually snap on you, and if you run out of rackets, you'll just lose the game automatically. Why do I feel like Breath of the Wild is responsible for this? It's a bit bullshit because the timing of when you need to hit the ball is so tight and so precise that I can only pull it off when God beams it into my hand. Now heaven forbid your opponent launches the zone strike away from you, because now you gotta slow-mo your way to the ball and then perfectly time your swing, which not even the Almighty could help me figure out. So yeah, the fact that I'm not good at blocking these zone shots means that anytime I see my opponent gear up for one, I just accept the loss. Now if you manage to fully fill up your energy meter, pressing the L button will initiate the special shot. Basically, balls in your court, press the button, watch a neat little cutscene, and then take aim. From here, if you fail to successfully block the special shot, your racket just automatically breaks, which is also a bit bullshit. Now, I have a more defensive mind when it comes to using the special shot. I use it to defend myself from the zone shot, so whenever I'm backed into a corner and see my opponent's going for the zone shot, I'll just counter it with a special shot. It's like someone putting down an Uno reverse card and you respond by shooting them. Now, in terms of courts in Mario Wackiness, god, these things are beautiful. A bunch of different themed courts that have their own hazards that hinder the gameplay and make things so much fun and chaotic. Though I will say, Tennis Aces could have definitely used 2 or 3 more courts. Now, looking at the roster, this is a pretty big cast of characters. It's almost overwhelming. Like, sure, there are a bunch of obvious selections and some expected characters, but it wouldn't be a Mario game without characters under the label of why the f*** not. Chain Chomp is pretty funny here, as he has no arms, he has to use his mouth and body to play tennis. Blooper, I have no idea how it survived out of water. Are we sure this isn't hazardous to the poor creature's health? Boom Boom, f*** off. Spike. Anyone playing New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe see Spike and think,
Tennis!
Fire Piranha Plant. The f*** is a fire piranha plant. I'm surprised the Koopalings aren't in the game, as Nintendo loves making their rosters look bigger by including 7 of the same goddamn characters. But I'm glad they aren't. But one exclusion that actually surprised me is the Mii characters. Now looking at what the game offers, we do have a tournament mode, which just has you participate in tournaments, but the difference here is that there are these little Toad commentators, and oh good god, I love them so much. These Toad commentators and their little suits are just adorable. I wish they accompanied me in real life. Now Tennis Aces also has an adventure mode where you play as Mario and must travel around collecting power stones to stop an evil tennis racket that controls people.
No one plays Mario games for the plot.
I can nitpick and ask why I'm stuck playing as only Mario rather than any other characters like Koopa, Paratroopa, but it's not really a big deal. You roam around this map playing minigames, playing games of tennis, and eventually fighting off bosses. The adventure mode is pretty challenging as your opponents love throwing zone shots at you, leaving my incapable ass vulnerable to failure, especially bosses that just throw non-stop zone shots at you, and it's bullshit. But it does mean that when you do finally defeat the motherfuckers, it actually feels pretty rewarding.
You.
Plus, playing through the adventure mode is the only way to unlock these neat courts, and you know what? I like unlocking things. Adventure mode is pretty fun. I also like these little cutscenes. Some of them made me laugh, like when this Koopa asked, "What the f*** is a Luigi?" My god, the poor bastard. Now we do have a swing mode here.
Like marriage.
Basically, if you miss Wii Sports Tennis that lets you just swing the remote, then swing mode is for you. Yes, you take the Joy-Con in your hand and just swing it to play. No zone shots, no special shots, just pure tennis. You can move your character using the stick, but there is no point to it because they move on their own. And you know what, while I'm on the topic of swing mode, previously on Oh Look.
Dumb, stupid accessories. I really don't care about money.
Buying a single box comes with 2 rackets, which is pretty cool, and unlike Nintendo, as remember when they released Wii Sports Resort? Yeah, that was a one-player game until you bought a second Wii Motion Plus. So this is nice. Though the idea of asking my friends to play this game with a tennis racket accessory doesn't seem like it'll be a successful venture, so I got creative. Fortunately, these aren't as flimsy as the rackets in Mario Tennis Aces, which makes my insurance purchase of 4 more of these boxes a bit more silly. I guess I'll just use these as curtains. There is Ring Challenge where you play the game and try to get the ball through these rings for points. It's pretty fun. I look at it like Coin Smash in Smash Bros. It's something I'll do when I'm bored with everything else in the game. Now there is online play and online tournaments.
Nope, not doing it. I am not gonna run to somebody online who's mastered the zone shots and is gonna abuse and embarrass me and then make me hate the game.
So I'm leaving it at that. Mario Tennis Aces is a really good game that has only one blemish, which is the zone shots.
But now that I think about it, the constant dread and fear of dealing with my opponent's zone shots kinda kept me on my toes and a lot more engaged with the game. So with that said, I honestly think that Mario Tennis Aces is the best tennis game out there. Even better than Mario Power Tennis. Anyway, moving on to the next Mario Sports franchise to grace itself onto the Switch, Mario Golf.
Mario Golf didn't get a game on the Wii or Wii U, and the theory behind that might be because of Wii Sports. Wii Sports had baseball, golf, and tennis, which eliminated the need for Mario versions of it. But last year at the Nintendo Direct, while everyone was wondering if a 75th anime Sword Fighter was coming to Smash, I was out throwing a party over the announcement of a new Mario Golf game, Mario Golf Super Rush. So I'm gonna start this off by saying where tennis was honestly a thinker about which game is ultimately better, Super Rush on the other hand blows Toadstool Tour out of the water. Toadstool Tour had some great courses, but Super Rush is on a whole different level. Where one had mostly green-based environments, Rush had so much more variety in its environments with their own hazards. Looking at the roster, it's pretty inoffensive, a lot of these characters make sense, Wiggler being here is fun, and King Bomb is pretty cool, nothing like playing golf with a nuclear warhead right next to you. And look, Mii's are in the game too. I guess the most why the f not character here is Ninji. It really took me a second to remember where he is from, but overall nice roster. I like it, plus some characters get special golf attire. Tennis had some too, but golf gave more characters more outfits. Plus some of these outfits are amazing. Wario looks like a pimp and Bowser wearing a suit is pretty snazzy, though wondering how he puts it on hurt my head so much I chugged a bottle of Tylenol. Anyway, so there are 5 things to do when you play golf. The first is standard golf, where you hit the ball and try to get it in the hole with as little hits as possible. You fill up this meter on the right to determine how hard you want to hit it, and then you'll fill it up a second time to determine how accurate your hit is. Then you'll watch the ball fly and land and teleport to it to repeat the process until you finally sink it and get your score.
Gosh, isn't golf interesting?
Once again, we have an energy meter that once it's filled up, we can use our special shot, which not only makes the ball fly farther, but it'll also affect any other player's nearby balls. Now we can play standard golf one of 2 ways. Either the normal way where players shoot one at a time and the turns are based on whoever's furthest from the flag, or we can all swing at the same time and just keep shooting until we sink it and wait for everyone else to finish. It's basic stuff and good old traditional Mario Golf gameplay. The Toad commentators returned, and rather than being adorably animated, the game did something heinous and turned them into simple cutouts. The second thing to do is speed golf, which is like standard golf, but this time after you hit the ball you have to immediately chase it down, avoiding course hazards to continue playing. And not only are you competing with others to get the ball in with as little hits as possible, but you're also trying to do it as fast as possible. In this mode, the special shot can also be used to attack players while they run, and while running you can also use a neat little sprint dash to knock players out of the way.
Holy crap, did Nintendo make golf actually engaging?
Speed golf is much more fun to play and engaging, and I prefer it over standard. Had the game just been left to these two, I'd be pretty satisfied, but the game just doesn't stop. The main event here in Super Rush is Battle Golf, where you are put up against other players in a battle arena and are competing to capture a certain amount of flags before someone else. With Battle Golf comes all the other fun mayhem of using specials against your opponents and items to make life difficult. Also, a shit ton of stage hazards, and considering that you will be on one side trying to sink a hole and you will have no idea what others are up to, it becomes a bit stressful not knowing what's going on. Battle Golf just throws so much at you, it's bullshit, but it's also really fun. It's truly the highlight of Super Rush. Now there is also Target Golf, which is what you think it is. It's fine, I put it on the same page as ring tennis. It's something to do, but it's not something that'll make me go,
I could show you some target golf right now.
plus, can't all golf be considered target golf anyway? Now we do have online.
No.
See, Mario Golf Super Rush is already killing it with what it offers so hard, but I have yet to talk about Adventure Golf mode. You play as your Mii and you're set off on an adventure to become the best golfer in the Mushroom Kingdom, and you do this by traveling through the different courses and competing in tournaments as you level up your player and increase their stats. It starts off in a cute way with Birdo introducing you to all your roommates, and then you get to run around these little villages interacting with different characters of the Mushroom Kingdom. Adventure Golf has you either play mini games, compete in standard or speed golf games, or just has you thrown into a course with the task of sticking a certain amount of holes in a certain amount of hits. I like the Adventure Golf mode. It's pretty fun, it sets up challenges for you to overcome, and even though running around the village is a bit pointless as there isn't much going on here, it's still pretty adorable watching Birdo be my house mama asking me how my games went, seeing a Shy Guy and a Pokey chilling in the sun together, or watching a Koopa and Dry Bones hanging out talking to each other, which is actually pretty morbid considering one is a dead version of the other. The game does have motion controls, but until I find a Switch golf accessory, I'm not touching it. The only real complaint I have about the game is that sometimes it doesn't look great. Some character models like DK and Daisy don't look all that good. Plus, I feel like the Switch struggles with the new Donk City map, as anytime I play on it, I feel like my Switch is about to burst into flames. But those are minor complaints, and I can honestly say that Mario Golf Super Rush is one of the best Mario sports titles ever, and that's f***ing saying something.
I love both of these games, and I honestly can't tell you which one I liked more. While tennis itself is just so much more engaging, I can't discount how much Super Rush had to offer. Either or, you can pick up either of these two games and have a pretty good time. Mario sports games really are great, and it really is a shame that they don't get the same amount of respect as NBA 2K or Madden do. But in terms of Mario Sports, Mario Strikers is getting a new game this June, and it looks super promising. Now all we need is a new Mario Baseball game for the Switch, and then we can actually consider this the new golden era of Mario sports titles. Anyway, join me next week for part 12 and the finale of the sports series. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at the games that might be responsible for the decline in Mario sports titles during the Wii and Wii U era. And oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this one.